Hi, I hope that you're all great today. But I wonder if sometimes you feel frustrated because you haven't achieved your goals at the end of the day, or perhaps a little overwhelmed because there's so much to do. You haven't cleared your inbox, you haven't stuck to your diet, you haven't responded to your WhatsApps, you haven't written up the minutes for a meeting or read the book you need to read, or the one that nearly drove me absolutely crazy when I had a smartwatch, you haven't reached your 10,000 steps. I stopped wearing it when I found myself walking around the garden at 11 o'clock at night. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. So today I want to look at how we should never underestimate the power of changing small things and developing a few small good habits. Last year I had the privilege of going on a cruise liner, and if the captain moves the steering just a little, moving the rudder, this massive cruise liner changes direction. This is true of our lives too. A small adjustment can result in massive change for the better. Just a few examples that really surprised me. If we save 8 Rand a day, that means that we save 2,920 Rand per year. If we read just 20 pages of a book a day, it means that we will read roughly 30 books a year. When we walk those 10,000 steps a day, it equals many, many marathons a year. I was once advised to record everything I ate. I only managed to do it for half a day because it was driving me mad, but the reason was to see how much we eat without thinking, the hidden calories, and make small adjustments in our habits. Even with only half a day, I was amazed at how many times I reached for a biscuit because I was making a cup of tea, when in fact I was just thirsty. Making small adjustments really helps, and we don't need to feel overwhelmed because we don't need to make those massive changes to see good results. I quickly re-looked at Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and coupled with this idea of making small changes, I feel we can move from being overwhelmed or stressed to a better flow if we make even those small adjustments. He talks about how we need to be proactive and take more initiative in our lives. This could be a very tiny thing, leaving 5 minutes earlier, saving 30 minutes in the traffic. I think we've all experienced that. Beginning with the end in mind, focus on the goal. If we don't know where we want to go, how will we ever find the right direction? If we do, we can make a small adjustments and start to head in the right direction. For example, if I want to cut down on the sugar I consume, just cut down on 1 teaspoon of sugar in our coffee. Even if it's 1 teaspoon a day, it makes a difference. And if we prioritize, and I find this essential, if I have 10 tasks, I place them in order of priority, and the brain already feels better and more relaxed. We need to pursue win-win solutions. And for me, this isn't just about working with others, but for myself as well. If I'm disciplined and get the work done, I have time to do the things I love. So win-win. We also need to seek to understand others. Someone once said to me, "Don't think other people are thinking of you, they're wrapped up in themselves." When we seek to understand by really listening, life gets a whole lot easier. And the last 2 were seek synergy and renew your whole person. I also do the Gallup coaching, where you look at developing people's strengths. All of these have one thing in common. We need to be aware of our habits and our strengths and who we are, and actively choose to change something. I've challenged myself to change just 2 habits this week for a month, and I know I will see the results. Maybe there are 1 or 2 habits you have that you could work on changing. I would love to hear how easy they are to change and what difference they make. Today, maybe we just need to observe ourselves. I think that, like me, if you sit and observe yourself, you will find there are some habits that need to be tweaked. I pray that you will be blessed as you make these changes.